Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, guys, we got first takes NBA Finals predictions. Of course, it's the Lakers versus the Miami Heat, guys. So, the other day, Stephen A. Smith gave a preview of the finals. I don't really know if he actually gave his extra predictions in that video. I don't remember. But no, this is everybody on the first take team giving their predictions, including this man right here, guys. Kendrick Perkins. I can only expect probably the hottest of takes from him, man. Also, I did notice that Max right here looks like a cardboard cutout or something, man. I don't know, you gotta upgrade that camera, man. You got the ESPN paycheck right there. So let's check this out and see what the predictions are. What's your guys' prediction? Let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, I am rooting for the Miami Heat, not because I'm a LeBron hater, as some people like to point out. I'm not a LeBron hater. Despite me picking the Clippers to win the finals, that wasn't because of the Lakers. Like, believe it or not, everything's connected to the Lakers franchise, man. So, no, I thought the Clippers were going to start the season. I didn't know playoff P was going to choke again, man. But, no, y'all know I just like the Miami because I like myself a good underdog story. So, if the Lakers win, that's cool, too. I don't really have any big-time connection to either team.
Well, first of all, Molly, let me say this.
But I got the Heat in 7.
Earned the right to be in the finals. They play phenomenal basketball. They're well coached. They got a lot of young stars and Tyler Hero and Bam.
Yep.
Goran Dragic has been phenomenal. Jimmy Butler has been a great leader, and he's provided, great production to get them to this point. Now, to answer your question, to upset the Lakers, I give them a 0 chance. It ain't happening.
How do you give them a 0 chance? How can you say 0 chance? How can you say 0 chance? That's what I don't understand, man. Is like, I'm cool, like, for everybody to, like, root for who they want to root out there. But my big argument is I hate the comments that saying, like, oh, you're a clown for saying the Heat could win. It's like, how can you not, like, give a chance to a team that's in the NBA Finals to win the NBA Finals? How can you say 0% chance? We have seen crazier things happen in sports. That's really my big deal these days, guys. And man, I just feel like people are just really disrespectful about, people just want to root for a team and stuff, man. How do you say 0% chance?
It's not happening. When you talk about LeBron James and Anthony Davis,
yeah,
the best duos.
2 of the greatest of all time.
2 guys that are on a mission. Anthony Davis is averaging almost
They're all on a mission. They're all trying to win a championship.
Right now, generational talent, 1 of 1. LeBron James, we know he's on the mission.
They're all on a mission, Kendrick.
I want to talk about it, but we already know this is not just the Heat and Lakers. This is Pat Riley versus LeBron James, and LeBron James really want to win this series, in my opinion.
I don't get those takes, man. I don't get those takes. They're all NBA players. Like, do you feel like anybody's going into these damn games? Wake up, either they're Fruity Pebbles or whatever, get to the stadium, for game 1 or the bubble or whatever, man. Game 1, it's like, you know what? I think LeBron wants it more than I do today. I'm not you damn Andre Iguodala. I think LeBron wants this more. I'm not gonna try today. Like, they're all gonna be giving 110% effort unless you're playoff P. But now what you can say is that people that want it equally, sometimes they're just better players. Like, if you got Duncan Robinson versus LeBron on who wants it more, well, they both want it, but LeBron's better. So then you talk about, talent and stuff like matchups and stuff like that. But I've just never really understood the whole, wants it more narrative. They all want it.
And then on top of that, they have 2.
As you guys can see, man, over the past few days, some of the comment section below and stuff, man. Really just people, I don't know, man, just like some of the takes and stuff out there, man.
The best floor general.
I don't get it.
To ever play the game of basketball on the court. And that's LeBron James and Rajon Rondo. And when I mean by floor generals, I'm not talking about point guards. I'm talking about coaches that are on
leaders.
The floor,
sure,
that are able to make adjustments on the fly. And when you have that, that's just an advantage in itself. I don't care what kind of zone Eric Spoelstra throw out there. Those guys are able to read it and put their teammates in position to be successful. And I also believe that the depth of Miami bigs is not enough to overpower the Lakers. Bam.
Well, yeah, their bigs are not going to overpower the Lakers' bigs. The Lakers have better bigs. But then you get down to strategy, of having big guys on the court versus having shooters on the court, and that's a whole different ballgame out there because we all know both methods. For the Lakers, if I am the Lakers, I probably don't try to match up with the shooting of the the Miami Heat. Like, I'm playing Anthony Davis and I'm using like Dwight Howard and stuff, and hopefully, AD and LeBron can get them past that. But at the same time, for the Miami Heat, like, I know for a fact I can't match up to that. So our best course is, instead of trying to, is to put the shooters out there anyway. So
special. But what happens if he get in foul trouble? Who's going to guard Anthony Davis? You could throw Dwight Howard in there. He's going to mix it up. I think their lack of size in the inside, where if something was to, just putting all the ownership on Bam plays a huge part. And by the way, Jimmy Butler is going to have to up his points. It can't be 19 points like he did against the Celtics. He's going to have to average 25 plus, and I don't think that could happen. Yes, I did say they remind me of the 2004 Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
And I had to go back and do my research. When the Detroit Pistons beat the Los Angeles Lakers with Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton.
Yep.
Shaq averaged 26, Kobe averaged 22. No one else averaged over 8 points, and the Detroit Pistons defense was phenomenal.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
To 80 points a game. I don't see that happening with the Miami Heat versus this Los Angeles Lakers team. And I think the Lakers are on the mission. I know they're on the mission. And I believe—
Well, I guess that is my big thing about the series, is that, obviously Anthony Davis and LeBron are the two best players in the series. Like, those guys are going to get theirs. Like, I don't really see the Heat being able to, like, shut down either one of them. Like, I do think they're both going to get their points. But then that's what I've been saying all along, is like, well, then it does come down to everybody else, the depth and stuff. It's like, do the Lakers have guys that can consistently put up scoring numbers? Because even, like, what he said, Shaq averaging 30 and, like, Kobe averaging 22. I mean, well, yeah, the Pistons obviously, did, like, they were mainly focused on, like, Kobe scoring stuff like that. Like, Shaq was getting his no matter what, but, like, they were focusing on putting Kobe into tough shooting situations and stuff. So, I mean, like, obviously it's two different style of plays and everything like that. But those are still, like, good scoring numbers. Like, 22 points for Kobe, like, that's so good. It's mainly so the efficiency. So that's what the Miami have to focus on, is like, okay, like, LeBron might get 22 or 25 or 27, but what you got to do out there collectively as a defense is you have to put them into difficult shooting situations. But obviously that's where the passing and stuff of LeBron, the greatness of him being to be, like, chill in the moment and stuff, comes into factor. So yeah, like I said, man, like, if the Lakers win, I will not be shocked. I will not be shocked whatsoever. Like, I'll be like, okay, yeah, the Lakers won. That's cool. I'm just rooting for the underdog, man. That's it.
I believe that the Lakers will beat them in 6 games.
Well, first of all, it's not stepping out on a limb for anybody to say that the Lakers are going to win this series, because we all believe it.
Sure.
It's just that the only person that America doesn't nor shouldn't want to hear from on this particular matter is Max Kellerman, because he was so busy raving not only about the Clippers but about how Kawhi Leonard was the best player on the planet. He actually thought just saying whoops one day was going to get him off the hook. No, whoops doesn't cut it. We ain't letting that go, okay? But having said all of that,
okay, I personally never said that Kawhi was the best player in the world, but I also don't think it was some hot take either thinking the Clippers could have won the championship. That's just one of those cases where, like, no, just like a team that had really high expectations just played really bad. Like, I also don't think that was really, like, a hot take. A lot of people chose the Clippers. Like, that's not like, oh my God, you picked the Clippers, man, what a loser. It's like, they had Kawhi, Paul George, Montrez, Lou Williams. It's like, it's not really a hot take.
That I will say this to you. I'm not going to disrespect the Miami Heat, KP, by giving them a 0% chance. Do I believe the Lakers are going to win the series? Yes. I believe the Lakers will win in 5 or 6 games. I'm going to show respect by saying 6, although I really, really believe it's probably going to be 5. But here's what makes Miami the wild card that I believe them to be, which is why I would give them like a 25% chance.
They've been counting out the entire damn
Max
time.
Kellerman, the boxing analyst extraordinaire that he is, always dissects about how styles make fights and how if you got a punch, you got a puncher's chance. Well, a punch coming from the Heat in the sport of basketball is their perimeter shooting. It's Tyler Hero, who's averaging 19 points a game. It's Duncan Robinson, who shot 40% from the three-point range in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's Bam Adebayo, who's averaged 22 and 11. And oh, by the way, when he was so dissatisfied and disgusted with his play in Game 5, came out in Game 6 and dropped 32 and 14. It's also the Heat collectively having a puncher's chance because they've got this bunker mentality. They know all the odds are stacked against them, and they're playing with house money. Now, what I do get tired about is these players lying to the American public. Jimmy Butler, nobody picked you to be here. there's two people on this show right now who picked you to be there. It would be Kendrick Perkins and myself. We both picked the Miami Heat to be in the finals. So Jimmy Butler, stop lying.
Well, at what point though did they pick them? Because like I said, you know, if it was after like the Bucks series or something like that, then okay, it's not really a hot take. Now, like I said, I don't know when they picked them. So if they said like before like the playoffs even started, like yeah, I think the Heat can get to the finals, and you know, props to them on that. I know for a fact there wasn't a lot of people, you know, that I saw that was picking the Miami Heat.
To the American public, my brother, we did pick you. It's just that we ain't picking you to win. And what we have to look at when we look at the Miami Heat,
which is a fair statement,
they're making perimeter shots. We also have to remember, KP, their experience. I wouldn't ignore Jay Crowder. I wouldn't ignore Goran Dragic to add to Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. I wouldn't ignore Jimmy Butler either. Their depth is a question mark against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers show up and give you what they give you on a night-in, night-out basis defensively. But offensively, in terms of their perimeter shooting, they could be sporadic. If they're sporadic one day while Miami is hitting perimeter shots after perimeter shots, then they can make this series very interesting. It's because of that I say 25%. It's just a puncher's chance.
Bro, is freaking Kendrick Perkins like chewing on his microphone or something? Like, what is this I'm hearing in my damn ear right now?
Perimeter shots, I think they could turn this into a series. I don't think they will consistently. I think they'll do it for a game or two. That's about it. But it could happen. And because of the combination of their shooting and how sporadic the Lakers could be from the perimeter at times, that's where I give them a puncher's chance. It's the only chance, but that's where the chance comes from.
I'd say the Heat have a 1.
It's his damn audio. Got them damn AirPods or iPods and whatever they're damn called, bro. In his ears, you can hear him breathing.
Look, traditionally in the NBA, not just just go through the history of the league. Not just you can even go past the modern era into like the pre-3-point shot era. When two top 5 players are on the same team, that team almost always wins the championship.
Sure.
Perk, of course, you're right about Rondo and LeBron. And you can talk about other players and the picking up with Dwight Howard now he's done. It's not really about that. Any team LeBron is on, you'll start to notice the role players and think, boy, they really do a good job.
I do apologize. I did say in my video, I think it was yesterday, I talked about LeBron going to 10 straight finals. I've made a mistake. Obviously, he's been to 10 finals, not 10 straight. It wasn't there last year, so yeah.
Because LeBron's on the team. He knows how to orchestrate it all, and that's why, he's been the best all along, right? So LeBron and AD is very likely to win. I will say this, and Stephen A., I brought up a couple of teams from the past, and you homed in on the 2004 Pistons as an exception to the rule.
Right.
Those Pistons teams, that Pistons team, did not have an MVP caliber player.
I mean, you could probably. They had a Finals MVP in Chauncey. No, they were a collective bunch, guys. That's why he's my favorite team of all time, man. So. Yeah, I have no issues with the Lakers getting predictions, guys. I'm not like, oh my god, the Lakers have no chance. Like, obviously the Lakers have a high chance of winning the NBA championship. I'm just rooting for the Heat, man. Just chill, bro. All you gotta say, I'm a LeBron hater. I'm not a LeBron hater, man. Like, I have no issue with LeBron whatsoever. I mean, he's my era's Michael Jordan, so I love watching LeBron play. If he does win, I'm very happy for him. You know, I'm very happy for him. So, yeah, guys, that's all we got. Thank you all so much for watching. And peace out.